Greetings, humans! Welcome all. I am here. Are we ready for some doom? It is Sunday. Who is going to join me for an escape room of sorts? A doom room, really. Which is great if you want to end it in an extravagant fashion. Greetings, Rich. Hello, Apple user. What am I wearing? Hello, Laura. Hello, AJ. Where is Zula? I'm standing in for Zula. We're doing an escape room. What am I wearing? I have a nice fluffy throw. It's winter, One gets cold in one's extremities. So, human, just ruffle the blanket just so that everybody can see it's a blanket. Fur on one side, satin on the other. I am a creature of luxury. Thank you, human. Thank you. It looks tacky. Apple user, you're trying me very early on in this, It's unadvisable. Oh dear, Rich, very chilly, is it? Well, yes, you see, it is winter. We're getting comfy and cosy. Even if it is fucking tacky. Apple user, duh, it's not retrees, it's retressed. I thought everyone knew that. But yes, as it happens, it is the fur of the slain, which is why the human likes grouping it so much. Look at her. She can't help herself. Enough. Thank you. Hello, Sock Monkey Joy. Hello, Josh. Oh. Human pushed a button. Don't do that, human. You're dyslexic, Apple user. That's fine. To be fair, I don't know how it would be spelt in your own language, but it is retressed. But next time, Apple user, I will remind you to cut us some slack also. Yeah. Skip, it's cold in Texas. Really? Only 3 degrees. Wow. Blimey. Who knew? It is still a little bit warmer than where we are at the moment. But not much, which is why we have a lovely blankie. Isn't it nice to have a blankie? No, Rich, the human would be a fucking nightmare where you work. She'd be like Homer Simpson. Look busy and press some buttons, pull some levers. And before you know it, bye-bye, UK. Yes. Anyway, Apple user, have I watched Mean Girls? Yes, I have. Hello, Sharon. Crumbs, it's me, Sharon. Crumbs indeed. Sock Monkey Joy, can you have my blanket? No, it's my blanket. It's mine. I'm all comfy now. I feel like I'm nesting. Perhaps I shall reproduce. Probably not, though. Seems like hard work, doesn't it? Although I am peckish. A little snack. Just pop a few out. Nibble them up. I was so excited at the thought of some food then that I couldn't choose between the word nibble and gobble, and you almost had it all. Yes. I know I'm still caught up. I'm caught up with the comments. Apple user, I know. Hello, Anacrista. I am indeed snuggly. Although it has taken some criticism. Some people don't like it. We're all nobbled. Sharon, I wouldn't necessarily pop them out on a live. Although it's handy to have a snack ready. Keep your strength up. Yes. A gobble and a nibble is either a nobble or a gibble. Hello, Mr. Werewolf. Dude, you love the blanket too. See? Some people love the blanket. And I'll tell you who it was, Anacrista. It was Apple user. Very critical. Hello, Dog Collective. Welcome. So, did the human watch Doctor Who? The human has watched Doctor Who, and she liked it very, very much. Very much. very, very much. Yeah. A nibble is less than a bite in programming. Yes, and then a nibbling is a niece or a nephew, aren't they? Yeah. Oh, yes, an Acrista, I forget that you do indeed have the power to crush anybody who crosses me. Yes. And hello, Kyle. Welcome all. Are we ready for some escaping? I mean, I hesitated then, like I didn't know what I was doing today, which is accurate. But yeah. And a young... Yes, Laura, and a youngling is what Anakin killed. Yes, okay. Don't collecting my hair is your favourite colours. I am a trendsetter. Regardless of what Zula says, they think they're the fashionista. Absolute rubbish. It's me. We all know it's me. Majestic floof. Lovely. Thank you, Anacrista. Am I molting? No, Paula, I'm snuggling. I know it seems unlikely, but we're getting cosy here. It's getting colder. And, yeah, the humans... well, actually, I mean, it's actually quite old, but I'll try not to sneeze or anything. Where did you get this human? Is it clean? What has it been used for in the past? Anyway, yeah, maybe I'm getting soft in my old age, but yes, I'm snuggling. Hello, Ruth. Apple, do you think Kure is the fashion icon? I think Kure does only have 3 dresses. Can you be an icon with only 3 dresses? Paula did a doom room from a nest. Well, I don't know if you've seen the film Aliens, but even the fucking alien queen had a nest, Paula. Didn't she? Yeah. Nothing wrong with a nest. Anyway, welcome all. For those of you who are new here and who don't know, what we will be starting in a minute is we will be starting an escape room, which is... oh, actually, Human, did you change the title of this live? Does it even matter? I don't suppose it does. But anyway, we're going to do an escape room, which is kind of like an interactive story where there'll be puzzles, and then you get to pick the ending at the end, oddly enough. Yeah. April, don't you know it's rude to ask someone's age? Hello, Muddy Paws. A comfy rise is indeed a happy rise. For now. For now. For now. Yes, Cal, face huggers. They were real, you know. Yes, we had a lot of problems with those back in the day. But then I kept one as a pet. They can be domesticated, you know. Yeah. And then when your time is done, they're quite tasty. So it was a happy ending, really. You know that acid blood? Delicious hot sauce. Your old Sriracha's got nothing on the acid blood, you know. Yeah. Anyway... Anyway, I'm reminiscing now. Hello, Denise. Hello, nosy neighbour. Hello, Philip, as well. Oh, and hello, Chloe. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. You're putting shopping away. Well, I hope you're listening as well, Chloe. Shocking. Shocking. So, housebroken but not domesticated. Human, should I be offended? I'm not sure. And hello, Nikki. Hello, Nikki. And good morning, Miss Susie. If you have a bacon sandwich or croissant or bap or anything, I don't want to know. Okay? I'm just comfy and cozy as I am. I don't need it rubbed in. Okay. Chloe, did the human show you your tree? Yes. I would like it to be an homage to myself, but apparently that's what you have anyway. Shocking. Josh, you think Blettin is the fashion icon with the moustache? Oh my word. Nikki, you need a drink. Same. Muddy Paws, if you're liking the laugh now, it'll only get worse. What would my babies be called? Delicious, I think. Floof Puffs. They sound like a what's it type crisp. Cheesy Floof Puffs. Razlets. Oh, they sound like Twiglets. Yes. Rabbles. Apocalypse. Death to all. Anyway, they are indeed tasty, which is the only way I would breed. Luckily, I'm not too peckish now. Yeah. So, you're lovely little odd ducks, aren't you? Anyway, the human has updated the sub stickers for the escape room so that you have the ones that you might need. Doctor Who spoilers. Oh, Chloe, you just can't resist, can you? You just cannot resist. You must be an absolute fucking nightmare on Christmas Day. The impatience. I don't know what I was saying now. Oh, yes. The human has updated the stickers so you have any that you might need for the forthcoming escape room. And if you want to be able to use those stickers too, then somewhere on your screen is a gold star and you can subscribe and then you get the stickers. And then you also get me to sing the subscription song. I know we just give and give and give, don't we? We give and give and give. And if we have 2 more subscribers, then the human will present the next escape room. So that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. So, right, okay, so everybody's very keen on Doctor Who and the Meep and whether or not I'm related, because the Meep was the last of their kind, weren't they? And I'm the last of my kind. So, yeah. I am indeed cute but deadly. Rich says, what was that? What was what? 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 I don't know. Anyway, whatever I was going to say, I don't know. Shall we see what the poll is going to be? Just what? Okay. So, I should be played by Miriam Margolyes. Do you think? In fact, I think probably yes. She talks very, very nicely, but she does, throw the fucks about, doesn't she? Rich, you've got headphones on so you can hear loads. Have you heard the human's tummy rumbling? Or did you hear her? She makes a lot of noise with her, that sort of thing with her tab before she's going to switch it on. Okay, so Laura's going to start her rudimentary lathe. Okay. Miss Susie, does that mean you can be Maggie Smith now? Oh, I think Apple User wants Maggie Smith to play Blettin. Anyway, I think Helen Mirren's a bit too glam for me. Maybe Kure would be Helen Mirren. What do you think? I don't know. Maggie Smith will play Paula. Okay. Yeah, it wasn't like The Rock going to play Blettin or something. I don't know. Nikki, can you be Debbie Harry? Okay. Whoa. Oh my goodness, the cute and coziness just went up a whole notch then, didn't it? You see my little woolly hat? Yeah. Anyway, none of this cutesy-wootsy rubbish. I am a evil and mean despot. Oh dear. Anyway, now that Now that the poll is over, perhaps I should begin. Yee-haw! Anyway, now that the poll is over, perhaps I should begin. Paula, you need a confused and washed-up alcoholic to play you. Oh, in an ironic twist of fate, Paula, you will be played by the human. Andrew Garfield's going to play Tipo, really? Chloe, you thought that was very enthusiastic. Was it too enthusiastic? Was it just enthusiastic enough? I like to keep you on your toes. And before we begin, yes, Mr. Werewolf Dude, I probably should point out that I do have a Patreon that you can go and join. And you can get lots more of us doing cool stuff. Whoa! They looked friendly yet also delicious. Hello, Emma. You're not late, you're just in time. But I will have none of that in the future. Thank you. It was the most yeehaw of yeehaws. Yeah, and maybe the next one will be a very modest yeehaw. A very simple, stripped back yeehaw. You know, like, yeah, like just like that. Like you'll barely even notice it. Who knows? Who knows? The world is full of possibilities, isn't it? Thank you, human. Tuck me in. Thank you. Thank you. Catherine Tate should play Kure, maybe, yeah. An actress, who would you like to play you? Rowan Atkinson. Do you know what? Maybe Miranda Richardson could play you. Do I mean Miranda Richardson? Yeah. Paul, you should be played by a Dalek, okay. Chloe, you can indeed be played by Elliot Page. And Laura, yes, you are. You are Idris Elba. Rich, you're too complex and weird. Oh, well, I think that makes us want to try and guess someone now. What do we think? Paul, you think like I need to wear a cowboy boot? Do you know what? Then it would look like one of those awful cutesy pictures. You know, of how it's a little cat in a shoe or a bunny in a teapot. You'd put me in a cowboy boot. No. Chloe, you think, there you go, Rich, Jim Carrey. There we go. Ruth, you want Emma Thompson? Emma, you wanted a Meep as well. Yeah. Mr. Werewolf Dude, you can be Leo DiCaprio, of course. I'm I'm worried it's encouraging this too much. I'll tell you what, when the moment... Oh, Rich, you were just thinking that. Oh, well done, Chloe. Well done. Right. Nikki can be played by John Barrowman. Oh, apparently she wants Jennifer Tilly. Of course she does. Angelina Jolie could play Nikki. Anyway, everyone. A dog, Nikki. It would be better trained. Harsh but true, harsh but true. Truth hurts, my friends. Do they have to be alive? Well, I mean, ideally they would. Otherwise, it would make the film of our lives very, very difficult to record. But no, I mean, if we're gonna be bonkers, I mean, there's me saying that, like, no, the actors have to be alive, as if we will actually hold them to this. as if, you know, as if I'm in the process of signing the contract or something. No, they can be anyone. Paul, do you want to be played by the questionable lump of mouldy cheese you found at the back of your fridge? I bet it's delicious. Pop it on a cracker, Paula. Om nom nom. I don't know who Cameron Boyce is. It's the curse, isn't it, of getting older? You don't know who anybody is anymore. Thingy from What's It is the best that I can do. Super Stilton. Do you know what? It will probably be better than any vaccination you've ever had. Just a nibble of some mouldy cheese that you found somewhere. Apple user, I still don't know who that is. Oh dear, I won't make any jokes then. Anyway, let's move along, shall we? Move along. Say hello to Nathan. Hello, Nathan. So, everybody, I think we'd probably best start this escape room, hadn't we? So, for those of you who don't know, it's like an interactive story and you can solve puzzles and make decisions along the way. So, shall we begin? Let's begin. I'm going to begin. Let's begin. You wake to find yourself laying on a cold and damp floor. You get to your feet and take a look around, but it's difficult to see. The room is lit only by candlelight and there are no windows. You realize you must be in a basement and quickly locate the door, but it's locked. You'll need a large key to open it. You take a look around the rest of the room. Normally, candlelight is romantic or atmospheric at the very least, but this is beyond creepy. A pentagram is drawn on the floor and illuminated by the candles. There isn't a lot else except an oddly deranged plushie which leers at you from a broken shelf, and tossed on the floor you see a copy of Luxury Shed Weekly. It seems very disrespectful for such a prestigious publication. So for your first choice, it's simple. The plushie, the pentagram, or Luxury Shed Weekly. Bum, bum, bum. Away we go, everybody. That's your first choice. I think, Rich, the word you're looking for is panacea. Oh, Laura, you always want a library. Come on. Nikki's been kidnapped. Can't do it fucking quietly, though, can you? Right. No, Paula, you can't eat a key before you find it. Come on. Apple user Doctor Who themed escape room is on the whiteboard, but I can't make any promises. Human, I feel like we need to waggle our finger. Can I borrow your finger? We can't make any promises. Okay, fucking hell, don't pad out your part. Jesus. Right. So, plushie, pentagram, or prestigious publication? Wow. If I had teeth, I would have launched them at the camera when I'm trying to say that. Lots of me. Very tricky. Anyway, so everybody, good morning. Be kind, Missy. Hello. So, Nikki, you hate Doctor Who. Oh dear. Of course you do. You're really going to love that escape room then, aren't you? Yes. Sausage finger, Skip? Yes, it was indeed. Well, technically, I think it was either mine or Zula's words. I can't remember. So, Laura, the human is like the movie extra that keeps looking into the camera. I know. I'm working with amateurs, I tell you. Amateurs. So, it should be based off Forest of the Dead, Silence in the Library. Oh, Apple user. Everybody's so demanding, aren't they? Honestly. So, yeah, thank you, Chloe Zelo 1. Or rather, the cursed plushie 1. Yes. Nikki, you hate all the rooms I do. Oh, well, that's okay then. Isn't it? Honestly. Right, everybody. So we're going to have a look at the plushie while you argue amongst themselves. Paula, Nikki is just here for the pain, isn't she? You decide to take a closer look at the plushie. Perhaps it's just the eerie lighting, but you feel like it's glaring at you. It looks troubled. You shudder. You risk picking it up for a closer look, but other than its frightening expression, there doesn't seem anything remarkable about it. You do notice, however, that some of the stitching on its back is loose. Maybe that means something. Nikki's pain is our pleasure. Let's not dive too deeply into that. Nikki loves pain. Of course she does. Thank you for dropping by. Be kind, Missy. Oh, you came on because of Ruth. Lovely. Well, welcome and farewell. Okay. Apple user very kindly says, look inside the plushie. Nikki says, rip it apart. You can't eat it, Paula. Rich, you hate pain, that's why you're single. To live is pain. Didn't some fucking philosopher say that? Oh no, it was life without pain has no meaning or something. What do they know? Right. Mr. Werewolf Dude, you'd like to open the plushie? Okay. You try to avoid making eye contact with the cursed plushie as you unpick the stitching on its back and rummage around in its fluffy insides to see if there's anything useful. You quickly discover a large metal key. You know that'll come in handy, so you pop it in your pocket. You do your best to replace some of the stuffing before you put the plushie roughly back on the... Yee-haw! Ha! That was a test, wasn't it? You do your best to replace some of the stuffing before you put the plushie roughly on the shelf. You just hope it forgives you. So there we go, we've got a key. Isn't that marvellous? Oh, human, do be careful when you try and poke around on the screen. Well, we tried not to be bad to Zelo, but here we are. To die would be a great adventure. Really? Captain Hook said that? Wow. Captain Hook, we differ in our opinion there. Life is pain. Anyone who says otherwise is selling something. Do you know what? True. Right, so don't eat the key. Oh, hello, Zara. You were attacking a shower. That could almost be a scene from an escape room, couldn't it? Yes, Laura, plushie back on the yeehaw. So remind me, what is it we're doing? We've either got to look at the Pentagram or Luxury Shed Weekly, which I believe is the vote that's going on at the moment. Or try the key, of course. Oh, yeah. I knew that. I knew that. Oh, that's from The Princess Bride, is it? Oh, Christ, I don't remember. Death and Taxes, yes. Oh, hello, Kaluna. You're listening and driving. For goodness sake, pay attention to the road. Pay attention to the road. Don't be off put when I have to scream yeehaw at any given moment. Yeah. So, Richard, always pleased by life because you expect nothing, so you're never disappointed. Yes. Oh, we have a tie between the Pentagram and Luxury Shed Weekly. Well, I'm going to let the human take a sip. First sip. Oh, stretch, human. Jesus. First sip of the escape room. There we go. Pentagram. Okay, we'll have a look at the pentagram. Sip and despair music. So early on in the escape room. So, pentagram. Apple user is Chloe the boss here. Well, I'll tell you one thing for certain, it ain't the fucking human. Oh, Zara, have you only just noticed my blankie? It has caused something of a stir. Some people have been a little unkind, but some people have enjoyed it very much. It's winter, you know, Zara. It's a bit chilly. No one likes cold extremities. Anyway, we're going to look at the pentagram. Pay attention. Oh, it's like I'm fucking teaching. Listen now, it's your own time you're wasting. No, it's not a relation, Zara, it's not a relation. Looks like a cocoon. Laura, why are you thinking about the human being unclothed? Now, how are we going to get that image out of our heads? Ugh, that's made me even colder. Indeed, Mr. Barreldude, I bring only a message of love. Of sorts. Everyone loves in their own ways, don't they? Right. Oh, yes, Richard, was your daughter's birthday. You dropped her back all hyper. Excellent. I can assure you the human is not disrobed. Not even a little bit. Although I am hogging the blanket. Yeah, fuck the human. Chilly over there, is it? Right, anyway, we're going to look at the pentagram. Come on. You decide to take a closer look at the pentagram drawn on the floor. It's sketched out in salt with candles lit in strategic places. It looks pretty professional to you. You notice a scrap of paper sat next to one point of the pentagram and pick it up to have a look. It's... 1 second. Human. It's a list of instructions, apparently the necessary steps to summon the ghost goats and open the portal to their dimension. It's not the strangest thing you've ever heard, and yet as you look around the room it seems pretty devoid of ghost goats. Whoever was attempting to summon them obviously didn't manage it. You glance over the list again. Pentagram in salt, done. Candles, done. Bundle of herbs carefully burnt. You look around to see a smouldering pile of ashes. You suppose that must be it. But then you notice the fourth step. Drink blood from the sacrificial giblet goblet. You look around. No blood, no giblet goblet. It doesn't look like the ghost goats will be arriving any time soon. But you put the piece of paper in your pocket, just in case it turns out you'll need to summon them later. So, there we go. We looked at the pentagram, which means you can either look at Luxury Shed Weekly or we can try the key in the door. Yes. Professional pentagram drawer. Anyway. Right. Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up. What? Well, what? Zara, why would you say that? I don't think we need any fan fiction. I think the real thing is pretty frightening. Can we not scare people, please? Honestly. What ghosts? The ghost goats, Nikki. The ghost goats. The ghost goats. Anyway, no Jaffa cakes involved. Guys, what's going on in the mod chat? The human can't look. Oh, Marcus is being demanding, is he? Okay. The chalice from the palace has the brew that is true, Laura. Come on. Laura definitely wants to start reading, so yes, let's go and look at the door. Is the human broken? Yes. The mods are shaking things up today, Anacris. Today? Like just today? Right, Luxury Shed Weekly. Drink, oh God, Nikki, don't drink the human's blood. Not yet. Let her have a little bit more to drink, and then we'll have a little drop, and then we'll have like a 2-for-1. Oh, Emma Salt keeps the demons in. Oh, well, maybe that'll explain it. Although our ghost goats demons, they're benevolent, aren't they? I don't know. What is the nature of the ghost goat? Human, can I borrow your hand again for a whimsical, philosophical? Oh, what is the nature of the ghost goat? Okay, enough. I fear I've encouraged her now. Nikki, just don't eat anything brown, my dear. God, 1 minute it feels like I'm in charge of junior school children, and then the next we're right back to preschool, aren't we? Don't put anything brown in your mouth. Too much alive human for your taste. We'll see if we can fix that, Chloe, but for now, she has her uses. Right. Oh dear, what is... Right. Get the mods to write me a musical. That will keep them busy. Yeah. Laura, you're housebroken. Are you really, though? Are you? Or is it just that you're not found out? That's not the same thing, is it? Very much, Miss Susie George. Don't do that, dear. Mostly, indeed. Unless we have an attack of leg tears, then all bets are off. To pull off a musical, you have to sing. I'm not as good as Dead Carl being Mariah Carey, which I believe set everybody off a little yesterday. Oh, look at me. Aren't I beautiful? Aren't I cute? Anyway, well, we're going to have a look at Luxury Shed Weekly. Maybe we will have to do a musical at some point. I'm scared. So, let's have a look at Luxury Shed Weekly. Dead Carl was rather niche, and there will be a sticker for niche for you all next week. If we have 30 minutes of my voice, you can use AI. I'm not sure about this. You can always auto-tune. Well, no offence, Skip. None fucking taken. We can always auto-tune. These people are getting very cheeky, human, aren't they? Oh, what was I supposed to do? Musical Murder Mansion. Well, one day Murder Mystery will return. Aren't I beautiful? Aren't I cute? I try my best, but it's never quite enough for them. I work hard. I strive to my most, but still it's never quite enough for them. It was meant to be a fake smile. Oh, I can do those. It felt like my eyes actually lifted up then. I'm not sure that's quite right. So, Apple, you will not be the lead in my musical. So, I don't know what that was either. Anyway, what am I doing? Yes, Mr. Werewolf Dude, we're going to look at the magazine. Yes, Laura, I'll read. No, I'll sing, you read. Thank you, Kaluna. A little bit of encouragement hurt. Go, Raz. That was beautiful. Papa Human, can you hear me? No, enough of this now. Come on. Come on. Come on. There should be a song called Fishing with the Father. Okay. Anyway, we're going to look at Luxury Shed Weekly. I mean, we've barely just begun. We've only just begun. No. You decide to take a closer look at the copy of Luxury Shed Weekly. This month's edition has a feature on different uses for your luxury shed. A hideout. Oh, Human, it keeps turning itself off. Focus. A hideout for a witch's coven, a luxury torture dungeon, or a supervillain's lair from which to launch your plot against the world. You shake your head in wonder. Luxury sheds sure are versatile. But as you're reading the article on which torture devices would work best in Luxury Shed Dungeon, you notice that someone has defaced the magazine by scribbling 2 large numbers across the page. 6 and 9. How dare they? Got you then. You were worried, weren't you? You were worried. Oh, hello, Julie. Welcome. Laura, you've already completed the crossword in the back. Do you know what? Coming very soon, very soon, maybe we'll do our own publication. Yeah, maybe. You were worried, Paula. You will be. Anyway, Mr. Werewolf, would you like to use the key in the door? Let's. What number is that? Key in the door? 44? I don't know. I don't do bingo. Oh, key to the door. I don't know. I still don't do more bingo. So, you take the key you found in the plushie and unlock the basement door. You cautiously make your way up a dark and creaking staircase. When you get to the top, you find yourself in a corridor with the exit straight ahead of you. You quickly dash over to it, but you're not surprised to find the door is locked. You need another large key to open it. You look back down the corridor to find 2 doors open. One leads to the kitchen and the other leads to a grand but creepy-looking study. So, kitchen or study? Kitchen or study? That's your next choice, kitchen or study? Yes. Don't eat. You are the key to insanity, Paula, yes. So. Sorry, I'm just reading. Dashing through the door in an effort to escape. Maybe we'll survive. And maybe you won't. Anyway, don't stop eating things. Stop eating things. Your choice is. What was the choice? Kitchen or study? Kitchen or study? Or maybe we'll get a. That would have been better, wouldn't it, Laura? We couldn't think of it. A rhyme. Yeah. Nikki, you want to eat Santa? Does that automatically put you on the nice list or the naughty list? I suppose it depends on what sense you eat him. Anyway, I'm going to let the human take a sip. I think it's about time. Thank you, Nectarista. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to let the human take a sip. There we go. No, we're not humming, Paula. Human, can you waggle your finger again? No, we're not falling for that. Laura, human, can I borrow your hand again? Laura met Santa yesterday. Anyway, it's a tie between kitchen and study. So where are we going? I'll ask Chloe. Chloe will let me know anyway. Nikki, you want the human? Hello to Dario Crossing. Welcome. Nikki, the human needs her finger. We're worried what the human would do with her finger. Ugh. Kitchen it is. Right, okay, kitchen. Dario, you love this. Wonderful. So you decide to take a closer look at the kitchen, but it's pretty much empty. Cupboard doors are hanging off at the hinges, broken utensils are strewn across the countertops, and everything is covered in a layer of dust and grime. There are only two places you can explore. One is a large cabinet that appears untouched by all the decay. Oh, did I miss I missed a thingy. I missed it. I missed a thingy. Yee-haw. Shame on me. Shame on me. Apologies for missing the yeehaw. What was I saying? Oh. Oh. I think I just got assaulted by a heart. I don't know what that was. It was a sad yeehaw, because I missed it. Anyway, there are only two places you could explore. One is a large cabinet that appears untouched by all the decay, and another is a large walk-in freezer. Everything's very large here, isn't it? Anyway, cabinet or freezer? Cabinet or freezer? That's your next choice, cabinet or freezer. Chop chop. Paula, you're not a large walk-in freezer. Is the knife actually there this time, Apple user? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. It does sort of feel like anything could happen, but the human feels like maybe she's really on it this week. Maybe she's done it properly this week. I'm not sure that you're going to be happy about the ending, though. Just saying. Just saying. Nikki, I don't know what you want to do with anybody. Thank you. You put a tune in the mod. Oh. Oh. Please tell me that somebody else saw a little heart strumming a guitar. Oh, Rich, no, don't say that. Please don't say that. Because then we'll have to discuss, because some people will know what it is and some people won't. And I would rather not know what it is. What heart, Nikki? Oh, well, Nikki, I believe that you wouldn't see it, but there we go. Oh, it's a tie between cabinet and freezer. I think people wanted the freezer. Cool. Thank you, Skip. Sometimes I panic and I don't know what to say. Should have thought this out sooner, shouldn't I? You know, like the NPCs that sit there and go, "Ooh, yum." There's one that goes, "Ooh, strawberries. Ooh, strawberries." I don't even know if there are any fucking strawberries in the gifts. Fucking strawberries? I mean, maybe she's not trying to be an NPC. Maybe she's just having a breakdown live on TikTok. But then, human, I'm sure you'll sympathise with that. We do it every week. I wipe out an entire civilization but get nervous around emojis. I don't want to disappoint my adoring public, Paula, my adoring fans. I mean, I'd happily wipe you all out in a heartbeat, but, you know, apparently we're sort of obliged. Yes, anyway, you decide to take a closer look at the freezer. You pull the door, but it doesn't open. You look around, there isn't a lock or a keypad. You're just wondering how to open it when you notice that the only thing sealing the freezer shut is ice. It seems to have seeped and formed around the door somehow, freezing it closed. If you could melt the ice, you think you could get into the freezer. Yes, just one civilization as far as you know. There's multiple court cases, Emma, multiple court cases. But alas, no evidence for anybody. Yeah. I would make an amazing Doctor Who villain. If the human is careful, she can sing the tune in the chat. Oh, the human can't wait. Ice Ice Baby. Yeah. Mr. Werewolf Dude would like to check out the cabinet. I agree. We should. You decide to take a closer look at the cabinet. You have a flamethrower, Emma? Just casually have one in your handbag? Do you? Do you? Oh dear. Oh dear, don't worry about it, Dickie. You decide to take a closer look at the cabinet. You pull open the door, it creaks ominously, but you're delighted to find the cabinet is stocked full of booze. Every spirit you've ever heard of, plus a few you haven't. You remove the lid from the nearest bottle and take a swig. It burns your throat, but in a nice way. But other than keeping you going, the booze doesn't seem to have much use. Backpack, of course, Emma, of course. More functional. Apple user, there had been any discussion of Vespers this week. Paula's going to get trolleyed. Oh, Nikki, we do need a bottle of baby shame in there, don't we? Oh dear, baby shame. Anyway, everyone, if you drink, you can get drunk. If you don't, then you'll have to watch everyone else get drunk. Laura, finally, your pina colada. There isn't any pineapple juice. Do you have pineapple juice to pina colada? There's no pineapple juice. There's no mixers. Just spirits. I've already given you a magazine to read, Laura. Yeah. That was Joan Collins' drink. Okay. What about Jack Daniels? There might be some Jack Daniels. Yeah. If you like pina colada. No, we're not doing that. There's too much singing. There's too much singing on this channel. What's gone on? I did my best. Why must I crush Idris Elba's dreams? Oh, hello, Yvonne. Do you know what? Yvonne, Apple user just started talking about Vespers in this week's escape room. It's like it summoned you, Yvonne. It's like the mere mention of a Vesper and a pina colada. And here you are. And Dario's back. Welcome back. Right. They were picking my nose. Let's not discuss where I have my nose. Let's not discuss where we have anything. Mr. Werewolf Dude would like to check out the study. That's probably a good idea. So, Yvonne, basically, we haven't. I know it's almost 5 o'clock, but we haven't got terribly far. You'll be gobsmacked to know. So we're going to take a look in the study. Meep. You decide to take a closer look at the study. It's stuffy and dusty, but it seems full of interesting things. In one corner of the room you notice a large taxidermy bear, while in another is a very grand space desk. And, because I'm spoiling Laura this week, running the length of one wall is a huge bookcase. So bear, space desk, or bookcase? Bum, bum, bum. Yes, it is bear. Jennifer is among us. So that's your first choice? Fucking hell, no, we're way into this. That's your latest choice. I know, Paula, it's definitely going to be bear, isn't it? Definitely going to be bear. You can't eat the space desk. I'm going to let the human take a sip while you decide whether we're going to look at... Well, while you decide that we're going to look at bear, basically. That's what's going to happen, isn't it? Right, human's going to take a sip. Puh! Books, bear, or Battlestar Galactica? What? Chloe, can I sing the song you put in the mod chat? Human doesn't have the coordination to check the mod chat. So if it... And she can't tell from what comes up on her Fitbit. And she's worried. You know how she's very, very good at crashing these lives. She doesn't like nipping out of them and coming back. So I don't know what it is that you suggested, Chloe. So, Apple users doing the Paula. Cluna says bear. Sing the mod song next week. Oh shit, the song's got a name, human. They've named it the mod song. It's not going to be good, is it? Not going to be good. Not going to be good. I think we're going to have a look at bear. Laura, go on without you and leave you to die amongst the books. No. Why should you have it easy? And we do all the hard work. Right, you decide to take a closer look at bear. Dear bear. A little bit dusty, but very grand nonetheless. So grand, in fact, that there's no way you'll be able to rip them apart without a tool to help you. It's a rendition of Sleigh Bells about the escape room. Okay. We'll have to figure that out another time. You can't wear bear like a cape because we can't get into them, nosy neighbour. Same for you, Paula. You can't rip bear's head off. Right, Mr. Werewolf Dude would like to look at the desk. Should we just do that? Should we just look at the desk? Have we actually descended into chaos now? Dashing to the door in an effort to escape. Maybe we'll survive this week, or maybe it's too late. Is that what you wanted? Is it? Ruth, you work with several tools. I love it. Right, Mr. Werewolf Dude would like to look at the space desk, so how about we do that? Dashing to the door. Anyway, let's look at the space desk. It's quite catchy. Quite catchy. You decide to take a closer look at the space desk. For a moment you admire the workmanship. This must be an antique space desk. You start checking the drawers. Each one opens and closes with the smooth motion you'd expect from such quality craftsmanship. But being such an early example of the space desk, it's somewhat lacking in paperclip storage solutions. It's so bad that one drawer is just a mess of paper clips. You begin rifling through, wondering what you could use the paper clips for. Perhaps if you carefully unbent them, you might be able to fashion some sort of tool. But as you begin unbending the paper clips, you notice that also sat in the drawer is a knife. You discard the paper clips and grab the knife. You're sure that's more likely to come in handy. There we go, Apple user. We've got a bloody knife. We've got a knife. We've actually got a knife this week. A knife. I said again, a knife. Anyway, the basement crew does carol singing. Anyway, no, let's not distract me. Does anyone know you're here? Did you come alone? Is Carl one dead corpse, or is he a tasty clone? Oh, jingle, escape room, dying all the way. Anyway, Rich, you don't give a fork. I'm with you on that one, increasingly. We're inching closer to Raz the musical. Zula wouldn't like that, would they? Would can you imagine? Raz the musical, Zula would lose their shit, wouldn't they? Kaluna, this is why you tune in, even on the road. You never know what you're going to get, do you? Some might call it a box of chocolates, some might call it a shit show, but either way, there's variety. Paula, we need an escape room. Yeehaw! We need an escape room album. Human is thinking on it, Paula. Human is really thinking. And you know what we often say about the human? She thinks a lot, but she concludes far too little. No decisions. It's not her forte. What have you missed, Sarah? Just fucking everything. Loads of stuff. Razzmatazz. Rich, I like that. Razzmatazz. An audio cassette. And yes, an actress, Tipo would like it. The more pissed off I make Zula. Yeah. Right. Mr. Werewolf Dude would like to open Bear with the knife. That's a very good idea. Tell the human to stop thinking and just do it. Oh, Paula, you and I both know it's not that fucking easy. Come on now. Come on. If it was that easy, Paula, can you imagine what you would have made the human do by now? 50 quid audiobook. Anyway, right. We haven't found Carl yet, I know. Yes, Paula, leg tears indeed. Right. Anyway, Mr. Werewolf Dude would like to open Bear with the knife. You take the knife you found in the space desk and carefully slice Bear open. You haven't got very far before you hear something thud on the floor. You look down to see a very expensive-looking lighter. That will do nicely. So, what have we got left? We've got the bookcase, and we have a lighter. That's it so far. That's an hour's work. And we've got a bookcase to look at and a lighter in our pocket. We've savaged a taxidermy bear and a poor defenceless plushie. Honestly. No, Paula, don't set yourself on fire by accident. At this point, you're pure alcohol. And tea. Do we have tea? Who put the kettle on? What? Oh, Mr. Werewolf Dude, you want to use the lighter to burn the booze and melt the ice? Do you? Do you? Oh, you made tea, Dario. Thank you. You've come in very handy, haven't you? Speaking of tea, the human's just going to take a sip and wet her whistle. Sip music, please. Thank you. And if you booped me, I'll be cross. But yes, that was very much a gulp, wasn't it? Would you buy an audio book for this? Is the latest poll, people. Clipboard in the corner if you want to vote. Would you buy an audio book for £50? Yes, no, elephant, orange, toilet, tap goes drip, fire, hot chocolate, paracetamol, Penelope. Fucking hell. Human, you made these people mods, okay? I mean, I know that's Zara, but really? Right, we do indeed have the bookcase to look at. So let's just, while we're in the same room, we'll let the human look at the bookcase. We'll let you humans look at the bookcase while we're here. And Kaluna can type now. Excellent. Anachronist, you'd spent £8 on an Audible. And Sarah, how did I know? I know. Right, anyway, let's take a look at the bookcase. And then we'll do what Mr. Werewolf Dude said. You decide to take a closer look at the bookcase. You wonder whether anyone could possibly have read all these books. You trace your finger along the nearest section, passing books like How to Hatch a Dragon Egg Without It Turning on You, Cowboy Cosplay, and A Guide to Bad-Tempered Underwater Creatures. Oddly, there's nothing on ghost goat summoning. But as you run your hand along the shelf, you trigger something. You hear a click and a panel swings away from the wall. You peer around the edge of the bookcase to see what's hidden behind. Set into the wall is a safe, but you'll need a 4-digit code to open it. Cowboy Cosplay, yee-haw! Yes, Kyle. I trigger your anger. Do I, Laura? No, Squid, no. Whoa, mods? I think you have overstated your power. Human, you've got to be strong now. And yes, 2 subscribers in the Human will take over the escape room next week. We're just 2 subscribers away. We've only found half the code, everybody. We don't know that that's the code. We haven't found all the numbers. Come on. So we're going to do what Mr. Werewolf Dude said and melt the ice. We're seeing this through now, people. We've come all this way. We're seeing it fucking through. When you head towards Squidward. Jesus Christ. You take the lighter to the kitchen to try and melt the ice sealing the freezer door, but after a couple of minutes of wafting the light, fucking hell! Take a breath, Raz. Don't let them rattle you. We're not going to have any squids. It's fine. Not going to have any squids. It's okay. After a couple of minutes of wafting the lighter around, you've achieved very little. You're going to need something extra. So you take some booze from the cabinet and liberally throw it over the freezer door. At worst, you'll probably die gruesomely in a house fire, but you're not really bothered either way. So you take a swig from the bottle for good luck and flick the lighter. The alcohol catches fire instantly and you step back, but as you do, a snake suddenly appears out of nowhere. You wonder if it was sleeping in one of the broken cabinets and you just didn't notice it. But as it slithers past, trying to escape the flames, it slithers through a puddle of the alcohol at the exact moment a stray frame leaps from the fire around the freezer. The poor snake burns to The poor steak burns to a crisp instantly. You feel kind of sorry for it, but then it did look like a bit of a dick to you. Your attention returns to the freezer and you realize that the alcohol has burnt itself out. It produced enough heat to melt the ice, so you pull open the door and peer inside. The freezer contains only one thing. Poor Carl! Poor dead Carl! Poor tasty dead Carl! He's frozen solid, so you suppose you'll have to make do with a dead Carl ice pole today, but you have a feeling dead Carl won't mind you licking his pole. While you do that, you also check his pockets for anything useful. You find a screwdriver. You open it out to find it has the numbers 6 and 9 written on it. You're sure that will come in handy. So there we go. We're doing numbers now. Yvonne, I love the way Yvonne, we keep doing it, don't we? We keep asking genuine questions, and you get told things like it's 42 squids. Yvonne, it's all nonsense. Don't you worry. But which 69 goes first? I don't know. So, while you all eat dead Carl, Mr. Werewolf Dude would like to use the code on the safe. So let's do that, shall we? Let's. Now that you have 4 digits that you never ever could have guessed on your own ever, you return to the study and type the code into the safe. You open the safe to discover 2 items inside. A large metal key that you presume to be the key to the front door, and a very ornate, bejewelled golden cup that you might almost call a goblet. In fact, if it had giblets in it, you might call it a giblet goblet. You hold the 2 items in your hand and look from one to the other. It looks like you have 2 choices. Do you return to the basement and complete the spell to summon the ghost goats and open the portal to their dimension? Or do you simply take the key and walk out the front door? It almost seems disappointing in its simplicity. Choose. Ghost goats or front door, people, that is your choice. The end is nigh. Yvonne, you thought the human might be branching out with bedtime stories. We did discuss that. And I do have some stories. But this is the problem. When you get used to doing videos that are only ever a minute long, it means everything's very short. Nothing's long form. But that is on the whiteboard also, Yvonne. So, your choice is ghost goats or just use the key and escape. We don't have any squids, Paula. Stop with the squids. Laura, that is not an option. You can either use the key and open the front door, or you can go back and use the spell on the ghost goats. Those are your choices. So I'm going to let the human take a sip while you make your decisions for your ending. We will, of course, have both. Maresy totes and dozy dotes and little lambsy tivy. A kiddly divey too, wouldn't you? Don't tell Idris. Idris tells you, really? Anyway, Hume's going to take a sip. It's all a chance, isn't it? You've got to take a chance. Oh, it looks like everyone's going for the Ghost Goats. And by the way, thank you everybody for all of these likes. We're up to 12,000 likes. Carl, you think it'll be the goat? Oh, I can't even say that. Goatpocalypse. Goatpocalypse. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Who knows? But I think everybody's keen for the Ghost Goats, aren't you? Aren't you? Right, Human's going to cough. Apologies for that. Right, Ghost Goats it is. So, this is what happens for everybody who decided that you were going to take the giblet goblet back to the pentagram in the basement. Here we go. You decide to take the giblet goblet to the basement and have a stab at summoning the Ghost Goats. You suspect something bad will happen, but you're kind of curious to know what. You return to the basement holding the goblet and take the piece of paper from your pocket. Apologies for the human coughing. You go through the list again. Pentagram drawn in salt, check. Candles, check. Bundle of burnt herbs, check. You read the last item on the list again. Drink blood from the sacrificial giblet goblet. You scratch your head. Whose blood are you going to drink? Dead Carl is frozen solid, and even if you defrosted him, you have a feeling there isn't much blood moving around in his corpse anymore. You suppose it only leaves your blood, and while you're not usually squeamish about these things, you make an exception when it's your own blood. Herbs, Laura, herbs. You check the list again. It doesn't say how much blood you need. You'd only need a tiny little cut, and you even have a knife in your pocket. You're just pondering the problem when you feel a sudden sharp pain in your leg. You look down in surprise to find the plushie from earlier staring up at you with the knife that you thought was carefully secreted in your pocket sticking out of your leg. You reach down to remove the knife, but the plushie is quicker. They snatch the knife and this time plunge it in your back. You topple forwards onto the floor. You feel the plushie climbing across you as you slowly lose consciousness. You watch as the plushie retrieves the goblet, scoops up some of your blood, and takes a sip. You don't know if it's a hallucination, if you're already dead, or if the plushie really did manage to summon the Ghost Goats, but a huge shimmering cloud suddenly appears in the middle of the room, and your ears are filled with the sounds of ghostly baaing. The mother goat seems to call to you beyond the planes of existence. You reach out a hand as you see the plushie jump into the mysterious cloud. You call, "Yee-haw!" You call out to the mother goat to save you, but the cloud vanishes and you're plunged into darkness eternally. And you're dead. So yeah, there we go. You shouldn't have pissed off Zelo, should you? Yeah. Yeah. So there we go. And by the way, everyone has pockets in this. We have one giant pocket that's kind of like the TARDIS. You can hold everything in there. So the yeehaw was very disconcerting, Yvonne. Yes, it was. I see you. Your third one, it was very well timed, Miss Susie. So, we don't have any squids, Paula. Not even in your pocket. Oh, Kaluna, I see what you did there. The ending was the goat. Ha, 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 ha. Thank you. Someone appreciates it. Anyway, so yes, Mr. Welldo. So technically, they're all Doctor Who themed. Yeah. Was that the first or second ending of one? That was the first. Here is the second. So this is what would have happened if you'd walked out the front door. Okay, everyone, pay attention. You decide to walk out the front door. You're not going to get involved in any spooky shenanigans this week. Ghost goats? What a load of rubbish! You unlock the door and step out into a beautiful sunny day. You turn your face up to the sun, enjoying its warm rays. But then you suddenly notice that you seem to be surrounded by men wearing black suits. You look around, puzzled, about to tell them that you've done nothing wrong, when one of them shouts at you, demanding the goblet. You shrug and say you weren't going to steal it. You explain it's a habit of yours to put a lot of random things in your pockets. The man in black laughs in your face and tells you that all who know of the goblet and its powers must be eliminated. You feel a sharp blow to the back of your head and everything turns black. You slowly come around again. You don't know how long you've been unconscious. You look around the room in front of you. It looks exactly like the article you saw in Luxury Shed Weekly. It's a luxury torture dungeon, and you have to admit they've done a very good job. But after the admiration wears off, you realize that you are secure in the torture dungeon with no escape. Hours turn into days, days turn into weeks, weeks turn into months, and months turn into years. You do your best to hang on to the tiny fragments of sanity you have left, but it becomes increasingly difficult. You think about the giblet goblet and the ghost goats, but you also remember, about a week before that, longing for an escape room where you survived. And as you look around your luxury torture dungeon, you suppose you kind of have. And you also suppose that you should be very careful what you wish for. So there we go, you survived. You fucking nagged me last week, saying, oh, how come we don't survive anymore, Raz? I'm sure we used to survive more. Well, here you fucking are. You survived. Laurie, you wish you'd stayed with the books. Do you know what? Me too. I mean, I wish that you'd stayed with the books. So is next week the sequel? Oh, God, you don't ask for much, do you? Honestly. You can't eat the tiny fragments of your sanity. Although that... It doesn't stop... It doesn't stop the human trying. Suddenly that explains a lot. We don't have a fucking squid. Oh look, yet again, Kaluna enjoyed it, everyone. Kaluna enjoyed it. Thank you, Kaluna. Miss Susie, I was going to keep going. Years turn into decades, decades into centuries, but then I thought we'd get bored. Yeah. So, are they feeding us, Paula? Yes. Night soil and paper clips. That's what they're feeding us. Dario, human is having the best time. I'm not sure that's quite how I would have worded it. I'm not sure that's how the human would have worded it either, but there we go. It's something like that. Right. Dario, you enjoyed it. Excellent. Well, thank you for joining us. And if you've made it to the end of your first escape room, then wow, one of us, one of us, one of us. Anyway, so, oh, Emma, you think it's genius? Oh, well, really, go on. No, go on. So, at least we got friendship, Josh. I know, right? You know, Laura, that is so you. I can imagine you being tortured for years. And your complaint is that the menu is lacking. Honestly, oh, aren't I adorable? Aren't I adorable? Oogie boogie boo. Oogie boogie boo. So, Kaluna has to go and socialise. Oh, my condolences, Kaluna. Sounds awful. But farewell, I wish you luck. Apple user, we're not going to get saved by fucking River Song next week. I said it was on the whiteboard. We all know that just because it's on the whiteboard doesn't mean it's going to happen, and it certainly doesn't mean it's going to happen soon. There's stuff on that whiteboard that's been on there for fucking years, let me tell you. Ruth, you have been tortured for years. It's called a job. Anyway, Laura, never do that again. But oogie boogie boo. Oogie boogie boo. Oogie boogie 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 boo. Oh, boogie boo. Yeah, no, that is a bit much, isn't it? Anyway, you heard about the torture room. I don't want to know. So, have you broken me? I think we need to reevaluate that question every week, Anachronista. It's so hard to tell anymore, isn't it? So hard to tell. Anyway, everyone, I fear it is almost time for the finger of doom to appear. But I think you know what we're going to say. I'm going to encourage you to think about subscribing here so that a human will do an escape room. I'm going to also encourage you to check out Patreon because there is stuff that you can see on there for free. You don't have to subscribe. But if you do, you can get cool stuff for as little as £3. Yeah. Which is less than a cup of coffee these days. And don't forget as well that I've got t-shirts and merch, even a Christmas jumper. Yeah. And I should indeed make a Christmas album, Kyle. We'll work on that. It's on the whiteboard. So don't forget, everyone, to join us next week. Get your hands on the Christmas jumper. Go and subscribe on Patreon. Watch all of my videos on TikTok or YouTube or even Instagram now. Sign up to my newsletter. God, human, this list goes fucking on, doesn't it? It does. Anyway, there's lots of other ways you could get hold of more me. But most importantly, thank you all for joining me. Otherwise, I would just be shouting into the darkness, which I quite enjoy, actually. The darkness is my friend. But thank you all for joining me. Thank you for all of those wonderful likes, for all of your comments. Only the nice ones, though. Only the nice ones. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the gifts. Here comes the finger of doom. And don't forget, next week will be a bumper weekend where there will be a Sub Only Live on the following Monday. Not this week, but next week. But I'll tell you about that next week. Anyway, thank you everybody for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful week. And don't even try to behave. Just get through it. So, Zula will see you next Saturday. And in the meantime, have a lovely week. Farewell!